You are welcome to JPark TV. My name is Jacobson Park. JPark TV will be bringing you in-depth discussion. The conversation will be around politics, sports, lifestyle, business, as well as entertainment. We hope to keep you up to speed with happenings around the country. Not forgetting that you also are part of the conversation, because you have opportunity of also throwing your comments when we bring you the talking points and the highlights of what the conversation is all about. You can also subscribe to us on JPark TV 10 on YouTube, or follow us on our Facebook page, JPark TV. It's never a dull moment, because the discussions are always captivating. The discussion will take you to the edge of the cliff, because it's always a no hold back discussion. The main actors will always be with us: the politicians, the businessmen, the entrepreneurs, even the common men. It's all about getting it right and the way forward. The way forward is for you to always join us every Monday by 12 noon, when we bring you those conversations that you always want on JPark TV. Always join us. You always enjoy being with us on JPark TV. You're welcome to JPark TV podcast on the way forward. My name is Jacobson Park. Today, we'll be looking at business and politics. Our guest today is a seasoned businessman, a politician of great repute, and a chief from the Ogbia Kingdom. Permit me to welcome you to JPark TV podcast today, Chief Honorable Robert Ayala Inoa, CEO of Emily Group of Company. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
When you say a chief of the Ogbia Kingdom, then you're depriving other kingdoms in Bayelsa State who have celebrated me as chiefs in their kingdom. I'm a chief in so many kingdoms in Bayelsa State. So you can introduce me better a chief in Bayelsa.
Bayelsa State. Yeah, that's better.
So that it will cover everybody.
Chief Ayala Inoa, a lot of people have heard the name, but what is the story behind the name? When they say Ayala, 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 how did it all begin for you? In a brief way.
Well, the story is a story of grace. Nobody can do anything except the hand of God is into what he's doing. Today, you're also a celebrity in your own right. And if not of the scope, the business scope in Bayelsa, we can also equate you to the celebrity journalists of how you are rated, but the scope. So there's also that grace that has found you to be on that platform. So when you say story behind it, the story is a story of grace. And there could be some little bit of hard work and dedication, but most importantly is the grace of God.
That's interesting. A lot of people see Bayelsans as people that are not really business oriented. When they mention Bayelsa men, they say, Bayelsa men are more known in politics, known for business empire, to such a way that you are now an household name beyond Bayelsa. How have you been able to succeed as a businessman despite this insinuation about Bayelsa not being business oriented and a very harsh climate like Bayelsa?
Well, I have a team. I have a management that is focused, management that is dedicated, management that is result-oriented, a management that I have confidence in, a management that relies in me and see me as though employees, but a father, a father figure. I have a management that I can go for my vacations and the business is still running. I can sleep and sleep well. And they also bring their sense of dedication and managerial abilities to bear on the staff that I can call my children. In every formation, if you have more than 55-60%, then you've gotten it all. You can't have it all at all. That is why, even as I think we are perfect, possibly on a weekly basis, we are in a production company, production business. We either face persons that are resigning or people that must be sacked to get the process running. But ultimately, far from the grace of God that has always spoken for us, I have a committed team that work with me.
Of all your business, in view of the economic reality, which one have you found to be most tasking?
There's none of them that is not tasking. None. All are very tasking. But should I say, maybe the water is more tasking.
Why did you say that?
Yes. The process of production, if you had the time, I think I can introduce you to the production manager, and then you go through the stages of production, particularly the treatment stage, and miss out one stage, you have killed and damaged your reputation. Again, of all the stages, if it goes through all the stages, you have to still battle for what is called markets. Like you also rightly said, the harsh condition. The harsh condition is the clone environment of Bayelsa. We are not a transit state. This is a close. To get to Inagua, we've gotten to the end of the world. And we have also competitors and people that are used to external products before we came. So they too still come with pressure, or they've been able to conquer their environment, and they are people that are used to their products. And so we have all that to contend with. So beyond the production process, beyond the human resource management, you have what is called the sales component.
Okay.
And except you're able to make up for the sales that is required of the month, you won't be able to procure adequate raw materials and then have fund for record maintenance of the equipment, diesel, maintenance of the generator, which is more resounding. The diesel consumption, and sometimes for 18 hours we are burning diesel, and remaining 6 hours we shut down for the machines to recover itself, the generator to recover itself. And then because of the continuous burning, there must be regular servicing. And you're only lucky, or you can only be lucky that possibly the operator eyes is 24 hours on the gen. Otherwise, there could be crisis on the generator. And then for every spare part now runs into millions. So these are the challenges we have. Now the hotel too, yes, but it's not as critical as when you have your target customers. You work within the target customers, or what you are confined with or concerned with, how to maintain the burdens the interior of the restroom, the sanity of the room itself, and the ambience of the facility, which is not as stressful as the water production.
Okay. If you look at the Bayelsa environment, does it encourage business, or the Bayelsa environment has its own peculiar challenge, which, if you are coming from outside, you must be able to, ready to face headlong, or have you been able to particularly build your business from Bayelsa and beyond? What are those peculiar challenges that you say, this one is peculiar to us?
I have said we are close.
Oh, okay, that means...
I have said we are close. I make bold to tell you that we operate at the level we have reached, and the years we've been in business. If we are to be like a place in Port Harcourt, locations like Port Harcourt, Owerri, would have gone far better than this. Because if it is production, we will multiply the production because the market is there. We would have been under pressure. And then to access from the banks. In Bayelsa, I cannot even access a facility because our properties are seen to be unproductive, commercially non-viable. Because they say even in liquidation, they cannot sell and recover.
As big as enterprise that you have,
you cannot sell and recover their money. Test it. So we operate with these constraints. If we are in Owerri, if we are in Lagos, we can access a 10 billion naira loan, 10 billion naira facility. I tell you, give me another 5 billion to add to what we have now. I would have been an household name in Nigeria. But, however, I am a Bayelsa man. There must be those that will be dedicated to stay and build the system for the younger generation. There must be those that will be dedicated to stay back and take care of the flocks within the states. Of course, I make bold to say that if foreigners were to be working here, investing here, more than half the population of their staffs would have been from outside.
okay,
But because we are indigenous businessmen, almost 90% of our staffs are from Bayelsa. And that gladdens me. It gives me satisfaction. Again, we are able to, side by side, compete favorably within quotes the business person that will come from outside.
Has there been efforts to reach out to governments to assist businessmen in Bayelsa with soft loans that could help them, just like you highlighted at any point?
It's approaching government at our level. At our level, except government wants to encourage. By the grace of God, at our level, do we need bank loan from government? Maybe no. Because we'll be referred to the bank of the microfinance bank.
Okay.
And the microfinance bank, the much they can give us, possibly is 200 million. They can't give us up to 500 million. They can also give us $1 billion. Okay. 200 million cannot add a drop here. So rather than distracting ourselves, we make do with building the one we have. Also considering that the market is a close, and then we have season-prone businesses like the water now. Most of the households are drinking rainy water, so production is down and all that. But we're building up to a level where by the beginning of the dry season, we too should be able to raise our production to push the product to the neighboring states.
Okay.
So for approaching government, no. Again, government has a lot of bad history against a lot of governments, even though I was not directly in those offices. I know that Ministry of Agric has given a lot of loans, but today government wrote off those loans, which does not operate anywhere. But the same set of persons, they are your persons, you cannot go and drag all of them to prison.
You cannot just get the body.
Yes. Ministry of Commerce and Industry at some points gave enough loans. So once there is that negative history, it becomes difficult. But again, that does not foreclose government from assisting. Because our government will assist now through the microfinance, so that when you go there to secure, possibly you also drop a security that will guarantee you accessing what you are going for.
Have you left the oil and gas business, or it seems not to be an?
I feel sorry speaking.
Why would you say it's not?
I feel sorry speaking about the oil and gas industry, and I also become emotional sometimes when I talk about the oil and gas. It's so bad, so bad that between Nimbe and Brass, there are vessels that are loading this oil, sometimes for a month. There will not be any indigenous vessel.
Is it because our people?
There are no indigenous vessels. And then we were operating at the least and the lowest ebb of the retail business, which is the filling station. That is the lowest part. We are deprived.
How?
Because the license qualifies us to access 3 trucks of PMS, 3 trucks of AGO, and 2 trucks of DPK every week, times the month. But when these batches come, they remove costs. To access these offices is not a child's play. You have to have the card, have appointment, and all that. They will not give it to anybody else. Quote me anywhere. There is no Bayelsa, any of the refineries, easily, never.
Why, Chief?
All of us operate outside the main gates.
Why?
Because we are not there. Because you are not there. I don't want to go too. I don't want. You are speaking in parables. Listen, I don't want to go too far. Every Bayelsa man, every Niger Delta man is an agitator. There is a way I will speak, and your day will be too bad for you. Their days will be too bad for you, and anything can happen. This is how I'm an Ogbe man. I'm from Olebri. I'm a Bayelsa man. So at my level, I know the production quantity of both gas, the gas, and the real petroleum products, and that I will not be allowed to access. There are people that are sitting in the comfort of the international intercontinental, only looking at their laptops and reading the figures, directing. They only direct. Young men like you people, not me. If it is getting to a level somehow, sometimes we stay abroad to just pick calls and direct. But me will be limited to the least retail business of the oil and gas. And then you know what I have in mind. This place you see was a filling station. I have to dismantle it.
I was shocked when I saw it.
I have to dismantle it and use it alternatively. In the same vein, I'm thinking of how to dismantle the other one, because The ones you see, the operators you see in Bayelsa are the ones that, the original ones that have the tank farms and the oil blocks. Our regulated refinery price, government price, the AA Ranos, the Safas, the rain oil and all that. And of course, you know, if you are driving a car, even if for me, if I don't have a filling station, and as close as we are, and I know that he owns rain oil, and there is a difference of 10 naira, because I want to save that 10 naira for other purposes, so I will go there. So I clap hand for Bayelsans that are still patronizing people like me. But I don't want to go through that level again. Militancy does not mean I'll go to the bush and carry gun. I'm not happy. What is your radio station now? The name of your radio station? But possibly you are the most active person. There is a general manager who is the governor. There are people like you who are the chief of staffs and all that. And there are desk officers who are the assembly members and the other writers who are commissioners. But that does not preclude the fact that there are no other staffs. There are staffs. Everybody cannot report at the same time. Particularly for the point man. There's only one man that can be a governor at any given time for 4 years.
Yeah.
For the lucky ones, 8 years. So, and the number of persons are many. I had the privilege of being an assembly member, being a commissioner, being a chairman environmental, being a personal assistant. I'm not saying it's enough, but I can also only be active in assisting the administration to move forward. That does not mean that if any good thing comes...
Are there plans for you to come back to seek for elected position?
I'm a political animal. I was a wrestler. The wrestlers don't fear any wrestle.
Okay, you're ready to throw your heart into the race anytime?
If I'm called upon by Bayelsans. There must be trust and confidence. No matter how you think it's a voluntary work, you must be encouraged by a lot of interest before you throw your race. We allow selfishness to play in most of our activities, and that is why we often got it wrongly. There's nobody to hold somebody down. Nobody is reporting and liable to anybody. I want to be an assemblyman and you be. No sense of evaluation. You know, in most cases, there are, even for the commissioners, nobody, no organized persons or a group of persons presents these commissioners to the chief executives. Just for party or self, I mean, the man has played so much role, but inside of the person possibly is empty. So, if there was that commitment,
okay,
that confidence built by the society is there in every political office, I think people will be more accountable.
Okay. In the last few months, a lot of political maneuvering, a lot of things are happening outside Bayelsa. First of all, let me ask your view on this, the coalition thing. Do you think the coalition or politicians coming together under one umbrella, do you think that's the light for Nigeria? Is that the way forward?
There has always been coalition in the history of politics in Nigeria. Even in the First Republic, it was a coalition government that formed the government. And the formation of
the NCNC and the NPC.
NC and NPC, they formed the government. In 2014, there was also a coalition of about 5 parties, including PDP, that formed the APC. And they were able to also form a government. So coalition is a name in democracy and a process in democracy that you cannot stop it. The interesting thing in it is how well is the coalition able to carry itself, how organized and how forceful is it. So it's a process in democracy.
Where do you fall in?
I don't play politics. Gone are the days. Even when I started the game, I followed. We formed the PDP in Ogbea local government and in Bayelsa state. But it was formation. Formation is formation. We had a lot of interest from all the 8 local governments. And I've grown to attain this level of consciousness, political consciousness. It means that only me cannot belong to somewhere. So if you ask, where do you follow? Where do you belong to? Or which one is your own? It will be difficult for me to answer because interest is, for now, is driven by leadership. We have 3 major characters, if not 4. As per where I belong now, we have the Goodluck Jonathan, we have the Seraki Dixon, we have the Doye Diri, and we have the Timi Alaibes in PDP now. So if you ask, where do I follow? And I say, I belong to this. You will still ask, have you consulted them?
Okay.
Because I cannot do anything on my own.
Without consulting.
Without consulting.
That these people are leading.
They are leading, and therefore now they are leading well.